Whether you're looking to get ahead at work, be a better partner or parent, we're looking at how to become a more effective leader. We're talking to the author of a new book.
It's Here's What I'm Saying, still more revelations for making leadership a way of life. Rick Lochner has spent more than 30 years in the military, Fortune 100 companies, now runs RPC Leadership Associates, a coaching company in Naperville. And Rick joins us now. Good morning.
Hey, Rick.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Larry.
I think there's a lot of people that think they're leaders that really aren't. You know what? It's like, it doesn't mean you're the biggest, voice in the room.
Right.
So what makes a leader?
Well, it's interesting. Well, let's break it down. If people follow you, you're a leader. And so what it does is it breaks down this idea that you have to have a title, that you have to be in charge, right? I know people that don't have any direct reports, that don't have a title, that are leaders by virtue of the fact that people follow them. And they just listen to what they have to say, and they'll do, they'll follow their direction, whatever it may be.
But it can't just be personality. So there's got to be some strategy in this. There's got to be some skill set.
Oh, absolutely. There's hard skills and soft skills. So when I'm in networking events, they'll say, well, what do you do what do you do? I say, well, I'm in the attitude adjustment business, right? Because that's really what it is. Yeah. There's a lot of people who, to your point, Robin, that try to do leadership. They'll do it off of a checklist. They read a book or, whatever the case may be. But our goal at RPC Leadership Associates is to help them be leaders. Have that internal attitude and mindset that says this is what it's all about.
So let me grab two attitudes. You talk about people who say, well, this is my job and that's not my job. And we see, as I look at these, a lot of these happen around here. That's one of them. The other one is the concept of avoiding losing. And I see that with mediocre football teams. It's like they're winning in the fourth quarter and they can't believe it. And they're just trying to get out of the building. And sure enough, they end up losing. Exactly. So maybe we can talk about those two attitudes.
Sure. One is playing defense, one is playing offense. And in today's world, there's a lot of, I use the term VUCA, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. That's a term that came out of the mid-'80s. And that's the world we live in. It's a crazy world out there. And so if you're playing to win, that means that you want to be in the front of the line in your industry, in your market. If you're playing not to lose, you're just hanging on. You're playing to be average, basically.
You're checking the box and getting through the day.
And even good teams have fallen into that trap.
Yeah.
What is the biggest mistake someone who's who's trying to be a leader? You get this role where you're in charge of people. Is it this idea that they can't say no? They say yes to everything. Is that part of the problem?
That's certainly part of it because, especially first-time leaders, they think they have to know it all. They have to have all the answers. And so what happens is they say yes to everything. And so one of the articles is, look, if you say yes to everything, then if you can't say no, then your yeses start to mean nothing, right? And I see it a lot in new leaders. I see it a lot in my nonprofit clients. Just because they're passionate, they say yes to everything. But they forget sometimes they're running a business, and you got to say no.
Yeah. I had a very successful CEO once tell me that people think it's all about strategy. He said, but you can fix strategy, you can't fix culture. But what does culture mean? Like in a place like some bosses are great at making money, but they don't have this culture of relating to their people. And you talk about this culture of intimacy. What does that mean?
So in the context of the article, this idea of intimacy is the idea of psychological safety, right? Is it safe to make a mistake? The culture would say, there are cultures where you make a mistake, you're out.
Yeah.
There are other cultures where you make a mistake. We're talking about honest mistakes. Yeah. We're not talking about recklessness. But an honest mistake, hey, we learn from it. I myself have, left every conversation when I was in the corporate leader and said, okay, the next time this happens, what are you going to do different? Right? Because I want to make sure they learn from that and give them that opportunity, not have to look over their shoulder in fear.
Well, the book is Here's What I'm Saying. Check out rpcleadershipassociates.com.